Hello there, my YouTube friends and family. Today I'm going to give you a very short tutorial on how I make my turmeric coconut rice. So come along, let's take the trip. All right, so I have a pot that has been heated. To that I'm going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoonfuls of vegetable oil. And to that, I'm going to add some freshly chopped garlic and purple or red onions. Okay, we are going to infuse our oil with the onions and garlic, but we do not want the garlic to burn. Okay, so I've turned my stove all the way down. I'm going to even ease the pot for a minute from the direct heat, and to that I am going to add some turmeric powder, and I'm going to also add to that some curry powder. And this is where we are going to get the color from our for our coconut turmeric rice. It's going to be a pretty yellow rice. Okay, so I'm going to put it back on the flame, and we are just like if we are making like curry chicken, we're basically going to burn the curry and turmeric. Keep that stirring for a little bit, and we're basically blending our flavors, infusing flavor into this dish from the start. Okay, and now that our onions and our garlic have sweated a little, what we are going to do, I have 3 cups of rice that I have washed, and I've washed it about maybe 6 to 7 times, so that if you can see here, the water is clear, you can see the rice. You have to wash your rice to make sure that you get all of, as much as possible starch out of it. Okay, so I'm just going to strain the water off, and we are going to enter our rice. Guys, always when you're cooking rice, try as much as possible, like I said, wash your rice, because what you will find, if you do not wash the starch from your rice, you will end up with sticky rice. Okay, so I'm going to put the rice in now. Now what we are going to do, what we are aiming for, we're basically going to color the rice before we enter our coconut milk. So we're going to basically be like frying the rice. We're going to keep tossing it until all of the rice is covered. And make sure, guys, that your hands are clean. Okay, always when cooking, make sure that your hands are clean. Okay, so I'm going to turn the heat back up. Remember, I turned it down. So I'm going to turn the heat back up, and we are going to toss the rice. If you can see, it's already taking on the color. Keep tossing until you have colored all of the rice. Okay, and I know for now it's gonna look like a light color, but you'll realize when the dish is finished that it takes on a nice pretty yellow color. Okay, just keep tossing. Remember, you would have infused the oil already with your garlic and your onions. And what we are going to do, we are going to make sure that we fry the rice basically first before entering our coconut milk. Frying the rice allows the rice to take on the different flavors that you would have built. If you can hear below. So we're not cooking the rice as yet. All right. Okay. I have to watch my towel. All right. And it's I had the rice sitting in some water just so that I can show you, you know, how the rice should look when you're finished washing it. But the ideal thing to do is once you have washed your rice, you put your rice whether in a strainer, a colander, or something to drain, and that way it will eliminate all of the water, and then you would not be introducing water into the process where we are at right now. However, because of course we would have added the oil, that water is going to quickly burn off. If you notice, there is no water at the bottom, and we're going to just continue tossing the rice. We're doing, for now, sort of a fried rice effect. All right. Okay. You don't want the rice to stick to the bottom, so that is the reason why you have to continually toss the rice. I'm going to leave it for about 3 minutes. Maybe 2, and I'll toss it again. Okay guys, we're going to toss again. Remember, we don't want the rice to burn, so I'm going to keep tossing. Okay. All right, so by now we would have introduced all of our flavors to the rice, and I'm going to enter the can of Badia. I love Badia coconut milk, but any coconut milk will do. It doesn't have to be Badia. I mean, I buy others as well, but the Badia is economical, so that is always helpful. Okay. So we're going to pour that in, and then we're going to top that off with 2 cans of the coconut milk. So we have a 2-to-1 ratio here. Okay, so take your time, move the rice around, stir it, and remember, we have not entered any seasoning, any salt or pepper, so we would have to now season the pot. Okay. So as I always say, I have my special blend of seasoning. I am going to enter, and remember I said it is very minimal, very low in sodium because of the blend that I would have done. The blend is black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. There's a special seasoning that Badia has, which I really love. It's called 14 spices, and The spices, of course, it's mixed with absolutely no salt, no sodium. So I placed a bottle of that, and then what I did, I put in a half of a small bottle of all-purpose seasoning, just to get, you know, a little salt in the mix. And then I blended it, and then I would have poured it into that bottle. So as far as the salt content, it's a big bottle, but very low in salt content. Okay. So I'm going to also put in a little bit of black pepper. Even though the mix has black pepper, I'm going to put a little bit more of black pepper in my mix. If I can find the black pepper, that is. I would have had it earlier. Okay, there it is. Okay. And reusing bottles, of course. This is the Badia 14 spices that I spoke about. I would have bought black pepper in a plastic pack, and I would have emptied it in this container for easy access. So I'm just going to put just a little more black pepper. Okay. And you stir it. Make sure that everything is well combined. I'm going to give it a taste. Okay. Then what I will do, I'm going to cover the pot for now, but I'm going to come back with a secret ingredient that is going to make this dish pop. Okay guys, so we're back, and what we're going to do now, I'm going to enter 1 tablespoon, or roughly 1 tablespoon of grated ginger. Okay, that is going to give the rice lots of flavor. Make sure we mix it. All right, and from there we are going to cover it and turn it on low to steam for 20 minutes. Okay, in 20 minutes time we'll be back, and I'll show you where we're at. Okay guys, it's been our 20-minute marker, so we're going to check the rice to see where it's at. Okay, okay, looking good, looking good. So we're going to toss it. Okay, I'm gonna just make some holes for the steam to come out, and we're gonna put some parchment paper, and we're gonna give it another 10 minutes, and by that time it should be complete. All right, 1 second. I think it's cool enough that I can hold it now. Careful. Make sure we trap the heat. And once we trap in the heat, we should be fine. All right, so we're gonna give it another 10 minutes, and at the end of that 10 minutes, our rice should be ready. Be back in a few. Okay guys, this is our final check before our rice is complete. So we're gonna check it, and we are going to fluff it, and then we would be finished. Okay, all right, now we're just gonna fluff the rice. All right, if you can hear the crackling at the bottom, which means that there's no more water to be absorbed, and our rice is done. All right, so this is it. Coconut turmeric rice, or turmeric coconut, and trust me guys, it is very flavorful. As we would say long ago, I'm making up my rice bed. Just you know, presentation. And just we're gonna give one final presentation. Give me just a few seconds. All right guys, for a pop of color and some freshness, we're gonna give it one final touch. All right, and we have here some purple onions or red onions and some scallions. I'm gonna pour that in. Make sure we don't want to waste anything, so we're gonna make sure we get all. And it's gonna give us color, it's gonna give us crunch, it's gonna just give us that element of freshness. All right. All right guys, so this is it, the final product, my turmeric coconut rice with ginger flavored infused. And I hope you guys try it and let me know how yours came out. Send me some pictures. I want to thank you guys for coming with me again on this cooking journey. It's you know, starting to pick back up again. I ask you guys to pray that, you know, I get the knowledge and the ideas to present more and more flavorful meals for you and your family. Thank you. Take care guys. Have a good day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.